Hey guys, thanks for tuning into the video. As you'll see on the channel, we've got tons of playlists with tons of videos to help you no matter where you are on your Football Index journey. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, give the video a like. Thanks a lot guys, and let's get into the video.
Right guys, this is take 3. If that person from Fort William phones me again, I'm going to be absolutely livid. Watch out for their phone call in the video. Match day 4 guys, it's been and gone, and do you know what? It's been a great start to the season on Planet Index. It really has, for a lot of different reasons. I think we're now really feeling the effect of the share split in terms of the dividend increase that we had, as well as obviously the change to the PB and the dividend matrix, you know. So it's been a really great start. Now if you look at the dividend column that we've got, and if you go back and you checked out our video for the match day 1 preview, you'll see our dividend column was £150, it's now at 166. Okay, so we've increased our dividends by basically, in terms of the yield that we've pulled, by about 10%, which is a great indicator of, number one, the success that we've had in the players we've been picking, but number two, it really does underline the increase in dividends that we got as a result of the share split and the change in the matrix playing out the way I anticipated, basically. Okay, so the video today guys, we're going to be chatting a few things. It's just going to be kind of off the cuff, kind of Football Index mindset, strategy. There's not a real topic of the video. I'm struggling to think what I'll call it, to be honest with you, by the time you're watching this. But we're not going to be doing match day previews or reviews on this little video here. We might come back, we will come back and do that later on today or tomorrow or something. But I just wanted to talk about that first of all. Now, I said when Serie A came back that I did not really want to get involved in Serie A too much, because it's not been a great performer for PB, and I wanted to see how it was going to lie. And the thing with Serie A as well is so many of the teams are dice rollers, you know, like you really don't know what the scoreline's going to be. You really don't know most weeks who's going to be beating who, with the exception of course of Juventus, but Inter and AC and Parma and Roma and Sampdoria and Lazio, Torino, you could, you know, every week you could make a case for a handful of people when it's a real mishmash of a league, you know. So I've decided to kind of stay arm's length away from that. That being said, I've been quite happy to back Juventus because I just am. On that note, I'll be doing the exact same thing with the international break we've got coming up. Now, I'm really happy with the players I'm holding at the moment, and I'll just glance through the portfolio so you can see who's here. We've increased our stakes in a lot of players. I'll come and talk about that in a second, but I'm really happy with the players I'm holding. I've not bought them for any real reason around the international. I'm not expecting them to be earning anything. If they do, it's a bonus. You know, I've not bought them thinking, oh well, he's Spanish and he's playing the Faroe Islands, or he's that. You know, the exception to that is Luka Jovic. Actually, I bought Jovic a while ago for the Luxembourg game because I think he could score like 8 goals or something like that. But otherwise, we've not picked anyone up here for the international break, so I'm not going to be making any trades off the back of those games, how they pan out, or you know, anything like this, because I'm just not putting that much focus, or I'm not putting any of my attention onto it. Okay, and this is one thing I do want to touch on, and I might expand on real quickly. But what you need to think about with your portfolio, see the one thing that we don't take into account often enough ever is when you're buying a player and you're thinking about, oh, I want to earn this amount in capital appreciation, I want to hold them for this amount of time or whatever, right? But what you also need to think about is how much maintenance your portfolio requires, okay? And you will get to certain stages, I mentioned it in the past and I'll mention it again, but you'll get to certain stages where you really look at your whole portfolio and you think, I do not want to sell anyone who's here. And I look at the open market and there's nobody I really want to buy. And when you get to that point, then you've got to see your portfolio as being very low maintenance at that stage, and then what you should be doing is taking a wee step back and looking at everyone you've got and thinking, right, okay, when's the next opportunity, excuse me, for me to sell or for me to buy additionals or top-ups or this type of thing as well. And then that's how you should really be rolling. Now, if you commit any length of time that I would commit to Football Index, then you're putting a lot of your time and a lot of your brain power and a lot of your energy into it. And if you're not getting back what's the word, a proportionate amount in terms of returns, you're trading every day and you're making money, or you know, whatever, then you really need to assess how much time you're putting into the index and really maybe wind back a little bit. And of course, I want you to watch the videos and I love engaging with you. I don't want none of that to slow down, don't get me wrong, but you need to think about it, you know, like anything. You know, if you were going to work every day and you're putting in the hours you're putting into your football index to earn like £2 a weekend and stuff like that, you would quit in 2 minutes. This should be a side venture, this should be a hobby, this should be something that you use to replace gambling, or you know, it's maybe a more risky version of savings account or an ISA or something like that. But you need to weigh up exactly how are you utilising your portfolio, how are you utilising this platform, and then you've got to appropriate your time accordingly. Now, depending on pretty much any hold you could have, you will need to be aware of upcoming news, breaking news, in case things change materially, okay? But with that in mind, I'm not interested in an international break too much. If we earn anything out of it, result. I'm not interested in this international window. That might change going forward, but I'm happy for the next week or so to really take a back seat and chill out and just watch the platform, see what it does, watch what players move and rise and decrease and increase and all that type of stuff. I'm just more interested to watch the market now. Like I've been with Serie A, I'm just more than happy to watch the market grow or decline or do whatever it's going to do. I noticed that today the footy, sorry guys, I'm just trying to scroll at the top here. I have noticed today that the footy has went backwards. Now we've had a great period of growth again. I went back and I looked at my match day one review, and the footy was at like 108,000. So the market has increased by 10,000 points in the last 4 weeks, which is great growth, and it's pretty much in line with what we've come to expect. But we've went back 129 points today. So there's also been a fair amount of traders out there that have used yesterday today as a kind of cut-off point for, I'm going to release some money, I'm going to sell up and move out. And you'll notice that with some of the guys that are decreasing. There have been players that have done well recently perhaps, and people are just happy to cash out and release their money and move on. So if you are holding somebody who has went back quite significantly, you might think, oh Jesus, why has that happened out of the blue? Chances are somebody's just cashed out and they want to enjoy their money over the international break. They're not going to be watching football, they might have some time off, or could be any number of reasons, okay? But for the portfolio itself, obviously I glanced through it and you had a wee look at it there, but the fantasy football strategy, so that strategy as a whole was up about 40%. We had an initial outlay of £510, £508, and we've increased that up to £767, and we've really strengthened in the positions where we know we're doing well at, you know. So we've topped up on De Jong, we've topped up on Goretzka because we had good opportunities to buy them at cheap prices. We've topped up on Denier for the same reason. We've topped up on De Ligt for the same reason. We've sold Trippier, he ran his course, what we wanted to do with him. We wanted him to get into that England team and start well for Atletico, and we've moved it into Cancelo because as of today it's a great opportunity to be buying Manchester City players. If that doesn't make sense to you, ask me a comment on it. Drop a comment in the video and I'll explain. Pickford, we're waiting for those clean sheets to come with the England. You know, so again, the goalkeeper is kind of maybe a little bit towards the international break, and then Dembele and Ronaldo, Champions League strikers, we're playing every week, and you know, blah blah blah, whatever, okay? So we've got a strategy that we've played with for a long time, and we're now starting to get real benefits out of it, and that's why I'm happy to commit more funds into it. A lot of those funds have been from deposits, but we've also sold up a lot of our RB Leipzig strategy, and again we'll look for an opportunity with deposits and maybe future sales to go and pick up some of those players when they become a bit cheaper again. With RB being top of the league and having a good Champions League group, it was a good opportunity to sell some of those guys, and that's the second time that we've sold RB players. We sold a bunch of them earlier on. We went and bought Maddison with that money. Maddison's done great for us, and while Maddison was maturing, we were making deposits and reacquiring some of those RB players at slightly cheaper prices. So we'll be looking to do that again. But it's about always, guys, you've always got to be analysing the portfolio and thinking, how much time am I putting into this? What are the returns? Can I take a step back? Can I appropriate my time towards something else rather than studying my own portfolio, but studying perhaps my next moves? And again, if you look at the calendar, we've got a very busy month ahead. All the purple ones are when the IPD expiry date is for them all. The grey ones pretty much speak for themselves. That's when I'm looking to list somebody, and the blue ones are purchases. That's pretty much when I'm looking to buy somebody, you know. And Cancelo came up, I think it was it Friday the 30th? Was that Cancelo? No, Hirving Lozano. We were looking at him. It was maybe the 26th. I think that might have been the Griezmann one. Griezmann, yeah. So it was the week before that. Cancelo came up. Yeah. No, I think that's the same one I've just clicked on. Yeah, it is the 22nd. So Cancelo was one that we looked at back here. We didn't make a move on him. His prices went backwards. Laporte's been injured. Today's a great day to buy Man City players, and you know that's why we've done that. You know, but again, we're diarising everything. So see, other than keeping up to date with injuries and media things or whatever, everything's pretty much laid out for me here. I know I'm going to be earning money on players until X amount of time. I know when I want to be listing players, and these diary entries for purchases and lists, I will evaluate them as they come up and think, right, okay, well, I definitely should move on that now, because what I thought when I made this diary entry 3 weeks ago has now came to fruition. And when you do this, it really takes a lot of the legwork, a lot of the brain work away for you, and then you can really just sit back and wait for things to transpire as you would expect them to. But yeah, so that's basically where we're at now, guys. We're really happy with the way the portfolio is ticking along. So the 3 strategies we run, just to kind of summarise and close the video off, is we have Maddison, which is a big hold that we've condensed from smaller holds, okay? And the reason we bought Maddison is because he's got a massive QV value. The fantasy football strategy speaks for itself. And then we have the RB Leipzig strategy, and then we have Luka Jovic floating about as a random opportunity. I didn't think he was going to get much cheaper than what he did. He got much cheaper, and I was very close to topping up on him, but I decided to go for Goretzka because I thought if he's been called into the Germany team, he didn't really play for Bayern again at the weekend, but if he's been called into the Germany team, his injury's probably done with now, and when he does play and does do well, his price will move in line, I think, with like Pjanic, certainly, maybe even De Jong, and I'm just kind of looking at other players in a similar position, but certainly Pjanic. There's no reason why Goretzka would be any cheaper than him, certainly. Overall, the lineup itself, you'll see they're all European. Jordan and Dembele are the ones that are less likely to feature in the Euros, but that could change very easily. Otherwise, all these guys would expect them to be starting and playing for big nations in the Euros. So we now have really no pressure on this strategy. We're sitting at a great profit margin. We've reinvested further funds into it, and now this strategy can become very easy, low maintenance, unless we find other opportunities to maybe switch and trade on, you know. So we've got a bit of a spine there of Juventus, as you can see, and De Ligt, Pjanic and Ronaldo, which is cool. We've also got a little bit of a Dutch thing with De Jong and De Ligt, but then we've got Man City with De Bruyne. The only thing I'm kind of missing is I would maybe like another Premier League player in there, but the thing with Premier League players is they're so overpriced by and large compared to what's out there in the European market, and what you're really going to be netting off them, that's something you need to weigh up, pros and cons. Is it really worth spending £3.5 on Nicolas Pepe when you could have, I don't know, somebody at Roma, or even Alassane Plie playing Europa League football in Mönchengladbach? You know, he's £1.80, £1, you know, so that kind of thing is always what's going through my head. You're weighing up who's more expensive, who's cheaper. And when you are making trades like this as well, guys, you will notice all these green columns at the top of your portfolio will change, and it's something not to worry about, because when you put money into new positions or you top up, you're then setting the maturity back to day 0, you know. And that's one thing I think people can forget, is just because you deploy money instantly doesn't mean it's going to make you money instantly. You know, if I'm doubling my money in Goretzka, I think we originally had him at like 90 pence or 70 pence or something, and then we double up on him. We're waiting on maturity to come, you know, we're waiting on him to perform, to play, and then when he's in a position of maturity is when we're really going to judge that in terms of profit. Obviously it's a nice profit now, £21, but guys like De Jong and De Ligt, especially Halstenberger, he's going to be starting left back for Germany from where I'm sitting. You know, there's a lot of positions there that you look at and you've got to remind yourself they're not mature, they're not mature, they're not mature. If they're not, and if they are, of course, you need to be thinking, Jesus, will this me hit the maturation point that I set for this guy? He's not really done what I wanted. Do I take a bit of a hit, maybe break even the now, maybe lose a little bit of the commission, and then move that money to something else? Okay, so just a little kind of open chat from me today, guys. I'm not really going to be getting involved in too much international stuff. I'll be looking out for Serbia and England, of course, because that's the only things in my portfolio I've bought for, really. So I expect Jovic to hammer Luxembourg, and I want Pickford to be getting himself 2 clean sheets. That's basically all I'm hoping for. Forsberg, Sabitzer, Cancelo, everyone else in the portfolio could go on and do amazing things, and if they do, brilliant. The portfolio will do absolutely amazing as a result of it. But it's just a boosted bonus for us at this point, guys, okay? I'm really interested, guys, the first 4 match days, what has been your big kind of lessons, of big things you've taken out of it? Positive, negative, expected, unexpected? Who's the players that stood up and really surprised you? And like we've spoken about before, guys, I'm always really interested in those little players that are bubbling under the surface and off the radar, and Again, a bit of a shout out to FI Manager. I'm sure he'll be putting a video out fairly soon. But me and him, we've been trying to get together for about 10 days. And almost every player he picks, by the way. I'm sure he'll tell you in his upcoming videos. But Pareo, Cyprian, and there was another one last week, I forget who it was, but he's picking these players. We're not getting the time to do the videos, and then they're going out and they're doing absolutely amazing scores. So go and give him a check out if you've not done already. FI Manager is dead easy to find on YouTube. He's linked in a bunch of my videos. You'll find him on Twitter as well, dead easy. If you're new around here, guys, and you've liked the kind of ramblings of a madman that I've dropped for you today, like, share, subscribe, retweet, all that good stuff, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I'll catch you on the next video. Take care. Bye bye.